All right. Peace and Black Power, family. Peace and Black Power. You are live with the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson, the most requested black scholar in the world, King Kong Consciousness, Garveyite #1. I just got off of a positive and powerful conversation on the Fox Soul Network with the big brother, Dr. Sean. And now I'm going live on my own network. So Instagram, I got you. You know what? Let me see what's going on with my iPad. I'm going to try to put Facebook on my iPad so I can keep my regular phone free. But I'm going to talk a little bit about homeschooling while we at it, and then I'm going to leave y'all. All right? I said I promised I would do a little homeschool conversation. I talked about some of it with Dr. Sean, but I'm about to give the rest of it to y'all. So let me open up my iPad and see if I can do Facebook on my iPad while I do Instagram on my iPhone. Let's see. Oh, that was the sister. Let me hit her back up. The iPad is loading. The iPad is loading. The iPad is loading. Peace and love, sister.
How are you? Thank you so much. I was simply calling to thank you. That was amazing. Very powerful points. I'm a single mom. I have a teenage son, and I'm dealing with all of those things you mentioned. So it just gave me some insight and some pointers, and I'm very appreciative. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Once y'all load that up to the Fox Soul site, shoot me a text and let me know what's up there so I can share it.
Okay, will do.
Okay, Queen. Take care now.
When you're back on the West Coast, we would love to have you in the studio when this is all done.
Definitely. And if you guys want to fly me out, you let me know. We can make it happen even sooner once all this is over with.
Absolutely.
Okay, goddess.
All right.
Take care now. All right. All right. Let me see what's going on with the iPad. I got 81% energy, so that's good news. Now let me see if I can get into my Facebook one time. Hold on, Instagram. I'm trying to get Facebook. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all some Dr. Umar music. Are here. Let me make sure Facebook is with me. Facebook. Okay. Where my Facebookers at? I got my Instagrammers here. See them, peace. Come look. Come take a look.
Oh, yeah.
That's how many live right there. 554 right there. 554. Okay, they go to Facebookers. There's only 4 right now, but they're coming in slow. So I hit them with the double cast, Elder. The Instagram and the Facebookers. All right, Facebook, where y'all at? I only see 4 of y'all. I know Mark Zuckerberg be hiding my page. What they do, pieces, they hide your page so people can't find you. That's how they hate on the black the revolutionaries. I might use my phone for Facebook because for some reason my iPad keep...
Yeah, if I find that phone was better.
Yeah, it just went out on me again. I think that's the Facebook people, though, to be honest with you.
Don't be surprised.
I'm going to go on my phone. That's what I think I'm going to do. Let me set this up. Hold on, Instagram. We're about to get started in a minute. All right. Let me go live, but let me check this real quick.
Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson.
All right. The RBG. Live. Start live. All right. All right. I think I got my Facebook. Where my Facebookers at? That should be my Facebookers.
Facebook tell what device you're using, so it's gonna let you do live.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Facebook people should be tapping in a minute. I think I'm gonna tick Facebook down here. There we go. Facebook is coming in, Instagram. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. We live and direct, North Philly. This is what we do. I want to get into this homeschooling thing real quick. If you could go to my Facebook, Dr. Umar Ifatunde on Facebook, Dr. Umar Johnson on Instagram. Shout out to the Fox Soul Network for having me. Good conversation with Big Sean. Now, let me give y'all an update on the National Independent Black Parent Association Know Your School Rights Tour. We had to postpone the Oklahoma City tour. We had to postpone the Greensboro, North Carolina training. And our next training is New Haven, Connecticut on April 11th. I'm pretty certain that this corona crisis will not have ended at that point. So it looks like we're going to be postponing Connecticut, but not yet. I'm not going to call off Connecticut until we're a few days out from the training, because you never know what can happen. Here's what I want to say to my Greensboro, North Carolina training folks. If you were coming to Greensboro on Saturday, it's going to be postponed. Shout out to Malik and the Nkrumah Center. This is what I'm going to offer you. And I'm going to offer Connecticut the same thing. I'm going to offer Mississippi the same thing. I'm hoping we don't have to postpone Dallas, Texas on May 2nd. I'm hoping we don't have to postpone Dallas, Texas on May 2nd. But every city where the Know Your School Rights training is postponed, I'm going to offer you a teleconference. I'm going to mail you out the training packet, and I'm going to offer you a teleconference. If you're interested in a teleconference, all you have to do is respond to the email. Greensboro, I'm going to send your emails out before the end of the week. If you don't want the teleconference, you'll get your refund. But for those who really need the information, you can sign up for the teleconference. All right? Mississippi has been postponed. Oklahoma City has been postponed. Greensboro, North Carolina has been postponed. I'm hoping not to postpone Dallas. And then we have Minnesota in June, Indianapolis in August, Florida and Illinois in September, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, June 6th. I'm hoping we don't have to postpone Pittsburgh in June 6th. All right? So that's that. If you need consultations for your children, life coaching, y'all know how to reach me. Okay? The block party is in full effect. And y'all know what the block party is. That's where I send the haters at. See, Brother Peace, you can block them right off the screen. So whenever I see a hate comment, why are there white folks on my live? I don't even know why that's happening. This is not for this is only for Africans. If you are not black, this is not for you. Get off my feed, you damn Neanderthals. Anyway, let's get into homeschooling. This is the Dr. Umar Emergency National Black Homeschool Seminar. I'm going to give y'all 45 minutes, and then we out. 45 minutes. Y'all got me? Okay, if y'all know somebody who's homeschooling their children, get with me on that. All right, get with me on that. If y'all know somebody who's homeschooling, tell them to get on Instagram right now. Tell them to get on Facebook right now. Tell them to get on Instagram right now. Tell them to get on Facebook right now. All right? Make sure y'all donate to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Make sure y'all donate to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy $ FDMG School. $FDMG School. $FDMG School. Or you can mail in your donation to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. Get your donations in. We're trying to have the Honorable Marcus Garvey School building up and running by the end of August so we can celebrate 100 years. 100 years of the red, black, and green flag. August of 1920 to August of 2020, and we want to celebrate it at the school, Baba Peace. Food, music, seminars. That's what we're working on right now. So get the donations in. Get the donations in. By the way, if you roll with my haters, Get off my page. No more walking the fence. If you roll with my haters, get off my page. I don't want you on my lives. I don't want you nowhere around. Block party. Keep that block party going. So, let's talk about homeschooling. As I said in the interview with Dr. Sean, according to the National Center for Educational Statistics, from 1999 to 2012, homeschooling in America has increased from 850,000 homeschooling households to nearly 2 million homeschooling households. What are the benefits of homeschooling? You could take more breaks. And what does Dr. Umar recommend as far as taking breaks during homeschooling? For young children, preschool to the 3rd grade, for every 30 minutes of instruction, I recommend a 15-minute break. For preschoolers to 3rd graders, for every 30 minutes of instruction, I recommend a 15-minute break. For children 4th grade and older, for every 45 minutes of instruction, I recommend a 15-minute break. Another benefit, you have and the lesson planning. Another benefit, homeschooling is less structured. It is more informal. With homeschooling, you get to control all information that goes into your child's mind. You don't have to worry about the LBGT curriculum. You don't have to worry about Christopher Columbus. You ain't got to worry about Helen Keller, Anne Frank, George Washington, or Abraham Lincoln. Although I am of the opinion that you still want to teach those subjects, but from a revolutionary African perspective. I am of the opinion you still want to teach those subjects, but from a revolutionary African perspective. Block party. Okay? So, also, you can integrate your subjects, all right? And also for special ed parents. What I love about homeschooling for special ed parents, is it gives you an opportunity to challenge the assumptions of your child's IEP team. Homeschooling gives special ed parents an opportunity to challenge the assumptions of your child's IEP team. What do I mean by challenge the assumptions of your child's IEP team? You can look at the IEP and you can implement those goals at home. Every special ed parent should have a copy of their child's IEP plan. Every special ed parent should have a copy of their child's IEP plan, and you can implement that IEP at home and determine for yourself if your child's IEP is effective. You can implement that IEP at home and determine for yourself if your child's IEP is effective. Okay? Also, homeschooling gives you what? A smaller class size. Homeschooling gives you a smaller class size. Instead of 30 students, some of you only got one child. You got a class with one kid. Some of y'all got 2 kids, a class with 2 kids. Even if you got 10 children, your homeschool is still going to be a lot smaller than the classroom, which normally has what? About 35 kids in it. Okay? Also, let's talk about some of the challenges of homeschooling. Some of the challenges of homeschooling is there's no principal. There's no principal there to make sure you're doing a good job. There's no principal there to make sure you're doing a good job. There's no principal there when you're doing a bad job. You need a principal to supervise homeschooling, but you don't have one. That's why you could call on people like Dr. Umar, other educators in your neighborhood. In addition, if you are an undisciplined parent, you will not make a good homeschool teacher. If you are an undisciplined parent, you will not make a good homeschool teacher. If you are an undisciplined black parent, you will not make a good homeschool teacher. Next, you have to overcome your own insecurities and inadequacies about being able to teach your own children. Too many black parents, because they didn't go to college. Too many black parents because they don't have a doctorate degree. Too many black parents don't think they can teach their own children because they dropped out of high school or have a GED or whatever the case may be. Get over that. Get over that. The most well-educated people in human history were all self-educated. The most well-educated people in human history were all self-educated. Let's look at Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker, one of the greatest scientists in world history, taught himself. Let's look at my ancestor, the great Frederick Douglass. Let's look at my ancestor, the great Frederick Douglass. Taught himself how to read became one of the most eloquent speakers and writers in world history. You don't need white man credentials to educate your own children. You don't need white man credentials to educate your own children. Now, let's get into some recommendations for your homeschool. Okay? First of all, we're going to treat every upcoming month as its own marking period. Every upcoming month will be its own marking period. The month of April is the first emergency black homeschool marking period. The month of May will be the second emergency black homeschooling marking period. The month of June will be the third emergency black homeschooling marking period. We're going to treat every month like a marking period. We're going to treat every month like a marking period. That means what? That means you guys have 7 days. Today is Wednesday. April the 1st will be next Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. April the 1st will be next Wednesday. So between today and next Wednesday, you have 7 days. You have 7 days to get to the dollar store, get to Walmart, get to the grocery store, or go online and order all of the school supplies that you need. Paper, pens, erasers, notebooks, everything you need. Go to the dollar store. You shouldn't have to spend more than $30. Go to the dollar store. Make sure you have enough pens, paper, books, pencils, erasers for every child in your house. Every child should have their own. Every child should have their own notebooks, pens, and paper. All right? Also, I recommend you get a large whiteboard with dry erase markers. A 3-foot whiteboard. You can order it online. Each of your children should have a regular 8x12 whiteboard that they can erase on. So you need some dry erase markers and you need some dry erasers. Get a whiteboard, paper size whiteboard, personal whiteboard for every child in your home. But then you need the large 3-foot whiteboard for you to teach them on. You could also get an easel if you want. If you got an old chalkboard, you can use that as well. All right? Also, brothers and sisters, this is the perfect time to support black bookstores. This is the perfect time to support black bookstores. Black bookstores been going out of business because black people don't support them. Well, guess what? We're going to turn a curse into a blessing this coronavirus season. We're going to turn a curse of your books from the black bookstores all across the country. Google black bookstores. They're all over the place. Here in Philadelphia, we have Black and Nobel Bookstore. Here in Philadelphia, we have the Now Bookstore run by the Osset Society. Here in Philadelphia, we got Black and Nobel Bookstore down at 4th and South Street. Who else we got in Philly? Black bookstores. I don't know if the Elder is still in Reading's Terminal or not. Germantown Avenue. Is that the Now Bookstore?
No, that's the brother that sells the coffee and had the book.
Mark Lamont Hill's bookstore. Uncle Bobby's bookstore by Mark Lamont Hill. In Baltimore, you have one of the largest black book distributors in the country, Everyone's Place. Over in Long Beach, California, we got Sister Renee. She has her bookstore. What is Sister Renee? Sister Renee, forgive me. I'm forgetting the name of your bookstore, Queen. What is Sister Renee's bookstore, y'all, in Long Beach, California? Sister Renee's bookstore in Long Beach. What is the name of it? We got Positive Vibes Bookstore down in Virginia Beach. We have Newark, New Jersey. I'm forgetting my queens. Mama Masani and Mama Patrice on Broad Street. I was just there. Lord have mercy, my mind is messing up. The bookstore in Newark. Knowledge. Oh, my gosh. Source of Knowledge. Source of Knowledge Bookstore in Newark, New Jersey. Source of Knowledge. Shades of Africa. Thank you, Sister Hanera. Shades of Africa. Thank you, Sister Hanera. Long Beach, California. going to make this easy. We're going to make this easy. Your curriculum is going to consist of 4 subjects. Let me say it again. 4 subjects for homeschooling. The 4 subjects are going to be language and reading. The homeschooling movement. Dr. Umar Johnson is the leader of the emergency Black national homeschooling movement. Okay? Again, subject number 1, language and reading. Subject number 2, math and science. Subject number 3, writing and written intelligence. Writing and written intelligence. I refer competencies are all accounted for. When you write, you have to create. When you write, you have to know. When you write, you have to apply. When you write, you have to analyze. When you write, you have to evaluate. And when you write, you have to understand. Use your imagination. Those are the 6 major educational competencies that are all used while you are writing. So the 3rd subject is writing and written intelligence. And the 4th subject is Black African history and Pan-African. I'm at nothing but Black African history and Pan-African studies behind me. So those are your 4 subjects. Okay? History, civics, and social studies can go under. History, civics, and social studies can go under Black African history and Pan-African studies. All right? So you have 4 subjects. Let's take the month of April. That is your first emergency Black homeschooling marking period, April the 1st to April the 30th. You're going to come up with one goal for each week for each subject. You're going to come up with one goal, one curricular objective. The 4 subjects that I gave you for each of the 4 weeks. So for language arts, what is your curricular objective week 1 of April for language arts? What is your curricular objective for week 2 of April, language arts? What is your curricular objective week 3 of April, language arts? And what is your curricular objective week 4 of April, language arts? And then you come over to math and science. What is your curricular objective for math and science week 1 of April? What is your curricular objective for math and science week 2 of April? What is your curricular objective for math and science week 3 of April? What is your curricular objective for math and science week 4 of April? And then we come over to writing and written intelligence. What is your curricular objective for week 1 of April? What is your writing and written intelligence curricular objective for week 2 of April? What is your writing and written intelligence curricular objective for week 3 of April? And what is your writing and curricular objective for week 4 of April? And then we come over to Black African history and Pan-African studies. What is your Black history, Pan-African studies curricular objective for week 1 of April? What is your Pan-African studies and Black history curricular objective for week 2 of April? What is your Pan-African studies and Black African history curricular objective for week 3 of April? And what is your Pan-African studies and Black history curricular objective for week 4 of April? So everybody understands 4 subjects, 4 weeks in a month, 1 curricular objective for each week for each subject gives you 16 total curricular objectives for the whole month. You will have 16 total curricular objectives okay, for the entire month of April. So now that you have that, you have to now design your lesson plans to meet each one of your curricular goals. So let's just take week 1 of April. Week 1 of April, you have a language goal, a math and science goal, a writing goal, and a Black history goal. Week 1 of April. How are you going to teach your language goal? How are you going to teach your math and science goal? How are you going to teach your writing goal? And how are you going to teach your Black history goal? Now, let me say this to you. If you don't have a dictionary, thesaurus, or complete set of encyclopedia, you're not homeschooling anybody. Let me say it again. If you don't have a dictionary, thesaurus, or encyclopedia, you're not homeschooling anybody. Now, if you cannot afford it, I know times are hard for everyone. If you cannot afford it, go online. There's a lot of websites where they give away free literary information. There's literally websites you can go to and get a free dictionary, a free thesaurus, a free set of encyclopedia. Go to Craigslist. Go to Craigslist. Go to Craigslist. Go to Craigslist, and I'm pretty sure you can find a free set of encyclopedia on Craigslist. But guess what? Go to the used clothing store. Go to the thrift shop. My mother bought my first set of encyclopedia from the thrift shop, and guess what? I still got them. My mother brought my first set of encyclopedia from the Goodwill thrift shop at Broad and Poplar when I was in the 4th grade at Meade Elementary School at 18th and Oxford, and I still got them. She paid $20 for the whole set. So don't tell me you can't get a set of encyclopedia. There's a used bookstore all over. There's a used bookstore in West Philly. There's a used bookstore at, 20th and Fairmount across from the old federal penitentiary. It's called Bookhaven. You can get a dictionary there for $5. Okay? And you need a thesaurus because that's where all the synonyms and the antonyms are. And your child is going to need to use the thesaurus for their writing and written intelligence curriculum objectives. Okay? So you need the encyclopedia, you need the dictionary, you need the thesaurus. Now, when you homeschool, and if anybody needs personal consultation, you can text me, 215-989-9858. You can text me, 215-989-9858, or you can email me, DrUmarJohnson@yahoo.com, and we can schedule a personal consultation over the phone. Okay? But there's a couple things that I need all my homeschooling Black parents to understand. There's a couple things I need all my homeschooling Black parents to understand, okay? Number 1, if you don't take homeschooling seriously, your children won't take homeschooling seriously. If you don't take homeschooling seriously, your children won't take homeschooling seriously. So the first thing you have to do is you got to get organized. The first thing you have to do is you got to get organized. Organize your house. Some of your houses are in chaos. They're not organized. The kids are running around. Get that house in order. You cannot homeschool kids amongst chaos. You need order and organization to homeschool. Get that furniture out the way. You need order and organization to homeschool effectively. Okay? Also, decide where in your house will the homeschooling take place. Are you homeschooling in one bedroom? Some of you are lucky. Some of you are lucky because you have an extra bedroom in your house. Some of you are lucky because you have an unoccupied basement in your house. Some of you are lucky because you have a shed or a garage in your house. Some of you are lucky because you have an attic in your house. Find out where. You need a space. Where is homeschooling going to happen in your home? You need a space. Where is homeschooling going to happen in your home? Okay? Once you have a space, you now need to determine the time. Once you have a space, you now need to determine your homeschooling time. Just like I told Dr. Sean on the Fox network earlier, and I'm now telling you. Just like I told Dr. Sean on the Fox network earlier, And now I'm telling you, okay? For preschool to third grade homeschoolers, 30 minutes per subject with a 15-minute break in between. I'm going to say it again. For preschool to third grade homeschoolers, 30 minutes per each of 4 subjects, 30 minutes a subject per day, 30 minutes of subject per day with a 15-minute break after for preschool to third grade. For 4th grade through 7th grade, okay, 45 minutes per subject each day with a 15-minute break afterwards. 4th grade to 7th grade, 45 minutes of instruction per subject per day with a 15-minute break afterwards. 9th grade through 12th grade, 90 minutes of instruction per day per subject with a 15-minute break afterwards. Okay? So what that works out to, if it's not clear on Facebook, go to Instagram. Stop complaining because you have a solution. Facebook, if the live ain't clear, go to Instagram. Stop complaining, you have a solution. I'm about solutions, not problems. With that being said, that works out to, for your preschool to third graders, 30 minutes a day per subject is 2 hours a day. There's 5 days a week. That's 10 hours a week being homeschooled for preschool to third grade. 4th grade to 7th grade, that works out to what? Okay? Because they're getting an hour per subject per day. So if there's 4 hours times 5 days a week, 20 hours. So preschool to third grade, they're getting 10 hours of homeschool a week. 4th to 7th grade, they're getting 20 hours of homeschool a week. And for 9th through 12th graders, they're getting 30 hours of homeschool a week. I repeat, 10 hours of homeschool a week, preschool through third. 20 hours of homeschool a week, 4th through 7th. And 30 hours of homeschool each week for 9th through the 12th. Okay? 4 subjects every day, 5 days a week, will give you 10 hours a week for preschool to third grade, 20 hours a week, 4th grade to 7th grade, and 30 hours a week, 9th grade through the 12th grade. Okay, now, let me say this. Whatever time you decide to homeschool, 2 hours a day, preschool to third, 4 hours a day, 4th grade to 7th, 6 hours a day, 9th through 12th. I recommend the earlier, the better. I recommend the earlier, the better. Do not homeschool children at night if you can help it. Do not homeschool children after sundown if you can help it. Do not homeschool children after sundown if you can help it, because after they eat dinner and after they have dessert and once the sun go down, as you know, our biology is no longer focused on intelligence. It's focused on renewal, depletion, regeneration. The body shuts down intellectually to an extent so it can regenerate itself. So we don't want to be teaching at night. We do not want to do a night homeschool unless you have to. We do not want to do a night homeschool unless you have to. Homeschool in the morning, wake them up when the sun come up, get the 2 hours out the way, get the 4 hours out the way, get the 6 hours out the way. The earlier, the better. The earlier, the better. 6 hours a day, wake them up at 6, be done by 12. 4 hours a day, wake them up at 8, be done by 12. 2 hours a day, you have it easy. Those of you who are homeschooling preschoolers to third grade, you have it easy. 2 hours a day is nothing. But when you get into them 4 hours a day and that 6 hours a day, you got to get disciplined. You got to get disciplined. You got to get disciplined. Now, you must protect your homeschool time. You must protect your homeschool time. What do I mean by that? Turn off your cell phone. Turn off the TV. Turn off the radio. Turn off the cell phone. Turn off the television. Turn off the radio. Turn off the cell phone. turn off the television and turn off the radio. You are not serious about homeschooling if the music is on. You are not serious about homeschooling if you're taking telephone calls. You are not serious about homeschooling if you got the television on. If I walk in your house and you talking on the phone, talking about you homeschooling, no, you ain't. You ain't homeschooling. Your ass is home fooling around. You ain't homeschooling. Your ass is home fooling around. Turn off the phone, turn off the TV, and turn off the music. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. My apologies. 8th grade goes with the high schoolers. 8th through 12th. Preschool through 3rd, 4th through 7th, 8th through 12th. My apologies. The 8th graders go with the high schoolers. Thank you for that reminder, okay? So, get serious about your homeschool. Choose a space with the homeschool. Now, let me tell you a little secret. What subject do black children dislike the most? Math and science. Why do they dislike math the most? Because it's the only subject in school that you can't pass just by memorization and regurgitation. Let me say it again. The reason black children don't like math is because math is the one subject taught in school that you cannot pass without memorization and regurgitation. You have to know it. You got to understand the concept, and you have to be able to apply the concept. So if you said, Dr. Umar, in teaching math, for my math curricular objectives for each week, what is the best way I can approach teaching math to black children? I'm going to give you a little strategy, and it will work wonders. Turn your kitchen into your math lab. Listen to me well, mothers and fathers. Listen to me well. Your kitchen is your math and science lab. Why is your kitchen your math and science lab? Because after all the black children I've evaluated after 20 years of being a certified school psychologist, all the black kids I've evaluated after 20 years of being a certified school psychologist, guess where they struggle at the most? In the area of math, where do black children struggle the most? They struggle with percentages. They struggle with fractions. They struggle with weight. And they struggle with quantity. I'm going to say it again. Whenever I evaluate black kids, soon when I get to the fractions, they start messing up. Soon when I get to the percentages, they start messing up. 'Up. Guess how you can teach your child percentages, fractions, quantities, and weights? You can do it in your kitchen. You can do it in your kitchen. Remember grandma used to invite you into the kitchen and help her make the sweet potato pie? Or grandma would invite you into the kitchen and you would help your grandma make the dinner, make the recipe for the evening. And remember grandma would pull out, she had a bunch of spoons on a little hook. They were measuring spoons. 1/4 tablespoon, 1/8 tablespoon, 1/3 tablespoon, 1/2 tablespoon. Y'all remember that? Remember the measuring spoons? And what about the measuring cups with that line? Remember you had a cup and it had a line? 16 ounces. Y'all remember that? Well, guess what? You're going to buy the measuring spoons and you're going to buy the measuring cups, and you are going to combine your math curriculum. You are going to combine your math curriculum. You are going to combine your math curriculum with your dietary and nutritional science curriculum. In other words, for math, you're going to invite the children to the kitchen table and you're going to teach them fractions, quantities, percentages, and weight as they help you prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There is no better way to teach a child mathematical concepts than using the utensils in the kitchen cabinet. Hands-on, tactile, and kinesthetic learning. If you want to improve your child's mathematics skills, you have to introduce the tactile and the kinesthetic learning. And the best way to introduce the tactile and the kinesthetic learning is by bringing them to the kitchen and pulling out the measuring spoons and the measuring cups. Some of y'all don't cook, so you don't have no measuring spoons and measuring cups. You can go to the dollar store and get a set of measuring spoons and measuring cups and turn your kitchen table into your math lab. That's how you teach them. Let them kinesthetically see a half a tablespoon of cinnamon, and then let them compare that to a quarter tablespoon of, what's another herb? A quarter tablespoon of salt. Even though we're going to wash that salt.
They still use it.
What else? What we put in the tea? With cinnamon and
honey.
Honey. A half a tablespoon of honey. Quarter tablespoon of cinnamon. What's some of the spices we use on the chicken and the fish and all that? Turmeric. 1/8 tablespoon of turmeric. Let your children kinesthetically, through tactile learning, be able to understand the differences in quantities and proportions and fractions by using the measuring spoons and the measuring cups. That's your solution. That's your math solution right there. That's your math solution right there. That's your math solution right there. Okay? Now, what about decimals? How can we teach our children decimals, right? Because the measuring cups and the measuring spoons don't really use decimals. So how can we kinesthetically teach decimals? Your piggy bank. Your piggy bank is your decimal lab. Okay? The kitchen is your math lab, and the piggy bank is going to be your decimal lab. You need some coins. If you don't have no coins, go to the bank. The banks are still open. If you don't have any coins, go to the banks. The banks are still open, and get you a couple of rows of quarters, a couple rows of nickels, couple rows of dimes, couple rows of pennies. Okay, get that from the bank, and then you start a piggy bank, and you pour that change out on the table, and then you show your child 4 quarters equal what? $1. 1.00. How many dimes equals $1? If 4 quarters equal $1, how many dimes equal $1? 10. How many nickels equal $1? I don't even know. 20 nickels? 20 nickels and then 100 pennies. So you can teach them decimals at the piggy bank, and you can teach them fractions and percentages and proportions and weights at the kitchen table. That's how you do that. And you know children love money and they love food. You know children love money and you know they love food. You know children love money and you know they love food. So let's start using money and food to help our children understand mathematics. Let me carry on. Let me carry on. Let me carry on. Okay? A few more recommendations and we're going to get out of here. Now, every state in the United States has a State Department of Education website. State Department of Education website. State Department of Education website. You want to go to your State Department of Education website and you want to download the state objectives. Every state has their learning objectives for every grade. What do we call them? State standards. What are the state standards for 4th grade in Pennsylvania? What are the state standards for 7th grade in Florida? What are the state standards for 12th grade in Mississippi? What are the state standards for 1st grade in Ohio? What are the state standards for 6th grade in Wisconsin? Go to the State Department of Education website and download the state standards. The state standards are your foundation for your homeschool curriculum. Let me say it again. Emergency Homeschooling 101. This is Emergency Homeschooling 101. The state standards are the foundation for your emergency homeschool operation. Download the state standards so you know what the state expects your child to have mastered by the end of the current grade. If you know what the state expects your child to have mastered by the end of the current grade, if school doesn't go back in session before school gets out, you will not have a problem. Wait a minute, what's going on? Facebook blocked me.
They did.
They said I violated their community standards. What did I say? I didn't say nothing. I ain't saying nothing about no homosexual. Well, you know what? Earlier when I said some people don't agree with homosexual CPs, that's why I need my own platform.
The Fox thing.
They block Instagram. They blocked me on Facebook just now. Dr. Umar has been blocked on Facebook because I mentioned the word homosexuality. And I think we all know who reported me to Facebook for mentioning a word. I didn't even disrespect him. Facebook just ended my live. Facebook just ended my live because I was reported by a homosexual from St. Louis, Missouri, who trolls all my lives, and he reported me to Facebook, so they blocked me off of Facebook, so everybody got to come to Instagram. What's the
meaning of homosexual?
I don't even know, Baba.
One sex.
This is the first time they ever did that. I didn't even say nothing wrong. Facebook has blocked me. Facebook has blocked me. Facebook has blocked me. So I'm only Instagramming. Oh, wait, maybe not. Maybe that was just a warning. Nope, you can't post a comment for 3 days. I can't post a comment for 3 days.
No kind of comment.
Let me see. Are y'all still there? Facebook, are y'all? It looks like they still there, though. I don't know what's going on. They said I can't, they suspended me for 3 days. Are y'all still there, Facebook? Because I just got a message that I was suspended for 3 days from Facebook. Y'all still there? Through the grace of God, the ancestors still got us live. Up in here. Facebook blocked me for 3 days, and now I'm back. So let's keep going. Let's keep on going. Okay, where was I at? I had an ADHD moment.
You were talking about the state standards.
State standards. Thank you, Brother Steve. Download the state standards from your State Department of Education website. Also, after you download the state standards from your State Department of Education website, go to your school district's website. Go to your school district's website. Go to your school district's paused on Instagram. I'm back. White supremacy. White supremacy. Go to your school district's website, and many school districts have put the lesson plans online for parents to see them. Many school districts have put the lesson plans online for parents to see them. Many school districts have put the lesson plans online for parents to see them. So go to your school district's curriculum. We're going to build upon that, but at least you have a foundation. I need you to have a foundation, and the school district's curriculum and the state standards are your foundation. Also, they also allow in many school districts, you can contact your child's teacher by phone or by email. Find out if your school district allows you to contact your child's teacher by phone and or email. In fact, some teachers are taking it upon themselves, the ones who really care, and they're getting on Facebook and Instagram and doing just what I'm doing right now and having class from home on their phone, laptop, or iPad. So check and see, because your child might still be able to go to school at home. Your child might still be able to go to school at home. But if your child is not still able to go to school at home, see if the lesson plans are on the district website. curricular objectives are on the website. And of course, you can download the state standards from the State Department of Education website. I need everybody to purchase a stopwatch or stop clock. I need everybody to purchase a stopwatch or a stop clock. I need everybody to purchase a stop. Children, I need you to clock yourself to make sure you are not cheating your child out of their 2 hours, 4 hours, or 6 hours of instruction every day. Because you know what some of you do? You don't stop the clock when you go to the bathroom. You don't stop the clock when y'all take a break. You don't stop the clock when they get lunch. You don't stop the clock for snack. You have to stop the clock, because when I say telephone calls that you shouldn't be making, that does not include answering the door, talking to the mailman, that does not include your Amazon.com delivery. I'm talking about being on task. You need a stopwatch, and I don't recommend using your phone because you already do too much on your phone, and it only takes 1 second for you to accidentally reset the stopwatch on your phone. So I recommend you get a stopwatch. Otherwise, you are going to cheat. If you don't get a stopwatch, you are going to cheat. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Your older children can help you teach the younger children. Part of homeschool for your high schoolers will be teaching their little brothers and sisters. Part of homeschool for your high schoolers will be teaching their brothers and sisters. Okay? I want y'all to understand that. Let the older ones help you with the younger ones. Now, that's not the only thing they're doing. They still have to learn themselves. They still have to learn themselves. But a part of their homeschooling is helping their younger brothers and sisters learn their content, right? And then that builds sibling relationship and closeness too, right? But also, with the Black History and Pan-African Studies curriculum, with the Black History and Pan-African Studies curriculum, you can add that to your math and science. You dealing with math and science, you can bring in Benjamin Banneker. You can bring in Eli Whitney. You can bring in Elijah McCoy, Imhotep. You could bring in George Washington Carver. Okay? For your Black History and Pan-African Studies,
The heart surgeon.
the heart surgeon.
Vivian. Remember?
Charles Drew was blood plasma.
Vivian.
I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the name, though. The first successful open heart surgeon.
That's right.
Right. So you can bring Black history because you're going to have to Pan-Africanize your whole curriculum. You're going to have to Pan-Africanize your whole curriculum. You're going to have to Pan-Africanize your whole curriculum. Jan Mexlinger from Pennsylvania. Jan Mexlinger, who invented the shoe lasting machine. So you got to Pan-Africanize your writing curriculum. You got to Pan-Africanize your language. You got to Pan-Africanize your math and science. And of course, you have your Black history curriculum. You can let them watch Black Panther. You can let your child watch Black Panther and then tell them to do a research paper on all the different have them do an analysis on what was factually true in the Harriet Tubman movie and what was made up in the Harriet Tubman movie. You follow me? So they can watch some movies when it comes to that African history and Pan-African studies curriculum. Okay? Let's keep on going. Also, if your children are undisciplined, you're going to have to create a discipline program in your house. Get you a calendar, get you 2 different color markers, one for good behavior, one for bad behavior, and create a discipline plan. Consequences and rewards in the house. You got to get most popular systems for making sure our children and their instruction and their learning includes all of the major processes that are involved in learning. And there's 6 of them. For each of your 4 curriculums, you want to make sure that you are including the 6 major competencies. And you need your child to be able to analyze. You need your child to be able to evaluate. You need your child to be able to know and remember. And I'm missing one.
Use the imagination.
Imagination is one. Analyze, evaluate, remember. Six competencies. Create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, and remember. Create, evaluate, analyze, understand, apply, and remember. Create, evaluate, understand, analyze, apply, and remember. Write them down. Create, evaluate, understand, analyze, remember. Okay? Remember, we built the oldest schools. We built the oldest universities. We invented Bloom's taxonomy. They simply stole it. We were the first people to systematically teach our kids how to create, analyze, apply, evaluate, understand, and to know. That's African. That's African. Write them down. So when you are doing your language and reading curriculum and you're creating your curriculum objectives for each week, for April, which is the first marking period, each week for May, which is the second marking period, each week for June, you want to ask yourself, okay, for the goal that I set, how can I use this goal to help my child understand this? How can I help my child create this, understand this, evaluate this, comprehend this, apply this, know this? You want to use those 6 competencies for all 4 curriculum areas. Use those 6 competencies for all 4 of the curriculum areas. Create language arts, Black history, writing and written intelligence, math and science. Evaluate language arts, math and science, writing